Hello! Sorry about that. A little bit of a delay. I had some technical difficulties. StreamYard would not let me start my stream. I had to close out of it a few times and reopen it, and it kept saying that there was too high of traffic, but now it's let me in. I am on my own today. Heidi is at a work function. She may join later if she's free, but I have a lot to get done. So I'm going to set up my timer. I have like 8 billion things to do today. And so I'm going to work. I found a new timer that has a to-do list on there. Excuse me. Let's see if I want that. I want to auto start. I'm going to attempt to keep myself on track today. I normally chat for way too long in between sprints. So I'm setting myself 5-minute breaks, and they're going to just automatically start from, like, the timer will go my 25-minute sprint, and then it's going to do an automatic break time and then start the next sprint. So let me see. Get this set up. Ooh, I get to pick a color. I'm going to make it purple. Okay. And then, I guess I don't get to make it purple because it didn't change the color. Okay. And then I can put my tasks in place. Once I get all these set up, I'll share them my screen so you can see what I'm actually working on. Of course, now that I'm behind schedule, I'm going to have to get more done in less time. I'm sure we will get through this. Okay. And okay, so that is my full list. I can get rid of that window. And I'm going to go ahead and share that. Oh, hello, here for an hour-ish. Well, glad to have you. I am a little frazzled today because I haven't gotten as much done as I wanted to. Made a pot pie for dinner, and it definitely took much longer than I expected. Okay, this is our list that we're getting done today. I'm baking some bread, so that'll be my first thing to start because it's got to rise for a long time. So I figure I'll start that early. Then make a dentist appointment because I figure I can knock that out quickly. I do need to clean the kitchen, and then eventually I'll need to knead the bread and let it start its second rise. Then I need to write down a crochet pattern that I'm going to be trying to sell on Etsy. Then I actually have to put the bread in the oven. Then I have to update my query list. I have agents that I'm trying to query, and right now they're just open in a billion tabs on my laptop that I have not shut down and like restarted in months. So that's not good for my laptop. So I really need to just like convert that to a list with links so that I can let my computer sleep. Then making a logo. That is, I'm going to be trying to do some print on demand Etsy stuff. And I want to design a logo that I can put on like t-shirts or water bottles or whatever. And then a journal page. Right now I'm writing a like a guided journal for NICU parents. If you don't know, I was a NICU parent for 2 months. And that was a really stressful time, and something like this could have been very helpful to me. So I kind of want to make what I wish that I had at that time. My daughter's doing much better now, but that was a rough couple of months. So let's see. Same on getting stuff done, quitting at 8 regardless. Oh, I'm guessing you're in a different time zone because I started at 8. So sorry about the cough. I just have chronic bronchitis. My lungs are shot. I have asthma. So I was sick like a month ago. And so now, of course, that means I'm going to have a cough for the rest of my life. So let's go ahead and get our first sprint started. Let me remind myself, okay, I'm starting with bread, dentist appointment, and then I'll start on the kitchen if there's time. So let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, our time is up and our break timer is starting. How did we do? I ended up just getting the bread mixed up and did not manage to do much else other than that. Just maybe I'll do this while we're chatting and then so getting used to this layout. Okay, so I did officially start the bread, so I can check that off. Oh, did I click it? There we go. All right, next up, I need to make a dentist appointment, which I have not been looking forward to, but I definitely need. Definitely have some dental anxiety, so that's not a fun one. So that's why I put it at the beginning of the night so I could get it out of the way and then not have to think about it anymore. At least until I actually have to go to the appointment. But, you know. Yeah. Good plan. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't know. I feel like 5 minutes seems like a really long break when I'm just talking to myself and one viewer. But also, I don't really want to just jump right into another sprint. So, see, I think I'm done with computer work. We'll do some free writing to wind down for the evening, and then relax somehow. That sounds like a great plan. So free writing, what kind of writing is that? Just like journaling, or are you writing like a story? I've been missing getting back into writing, but I really have not had the free time. Take a break, yeah. Yeah. It's rough. I normally have someone streaming with me, but she was not available today, at least until later. She might join in a bit. But yeah, I've always been so awkward just hosting by myself. It's like if there's enough people in chat to keep me going, then it's a lot easier. But yeah. Okay. Just kind of like stream of consciousness. Yeah, I feel like typically what I'll do is either I'll do like a fiction like stream of consciousness, right? Where I'll have a story idea that I'm stuck on, and so I'll stream of consciousness write about it and just kind of like go through all the details I already know and things that I think about, and eventually like unclog some I don't know, stuck parts until I get some sort of inspiration to keep going. The other thing I tend to just do in my free time is I make so many plans and I write things down like lists and goals and all my tasks and stuff, and I will write the same to-do list in like 4 different journals at different times because I don't have this journal on me right now, so now I've got to rewrite the list even though I'm not doing any of the things right now. It's always like, and right now I just need to write my 5-year plan, and it's going to have every single issue that I need to work on, and it's going to have everything on it. Same. Too much on my mind these days. Got to go somewhere. That makes sense. But yeah, lately it's been the whole idea that I've been really wanting to be able to just quit my job and be like a stay-at-home mom, but we cannot afford that right now, mainly because of the mortgage. And I have suddenly got it in my head that, we did just buy our house a year ago. Oh, we've got to start our next sprint. I lost track of time. But I would like to pay off my house this year and then not have a mortgage payment. And then I can quit my job. So easy as that. Just $250,000. I'll just get that. Find it on the ground. All right. Let's start. All right. Time is up, and we've got a new friend here.
Hello.
Hello. Let me
Looks like
moving to
friend.
layout mode. Oh, no, that gets rid of you. Okay, let's go to our normal layout, and I will just have to watch the clock because I have automatic timers set for break times.
All right. Got a little guest up here. He keeps walking around my desk.
Nice. Hello, friend.
Hi, Havarti.
All right. Looks like, let's see, hanging for one more sprint and then screen free. That sounds like a plan. That is not my plan. But I hope you have enjoyed this time and that you have a good evening. How was your mandatory dinner?
It went very well. It didn't feel very mandatory once I showed up. It was like more fun and everything. But
Oh, that's good.
they're like, be sure to show up when I first got the email. And then once I got there, it was like, oh yay, it's nice and chill. So
Oh,
that's good.
That's good.
It was more fun than work.
That's awesome. That's it for me. It's been a long day, and thanks for the sprints. You are welcome. Thank you for joining me, so I wasn't all on my lonesome.
Hey.
Ended up perfect timing for you to leave right when Heidi gets here.
Yeah, and hello from me, and goodbye, and have a good night. And then, yeah, so, and other things that interesting stuff that befell me on my way back in from said dinner. I pulled into the driveway, got out of my car, and I heard someone saying something about 911 across the street. And I was like, oh no, I hope there's not an emergency going down. So I watched for a moment. I started to walk towards my door when it didn't look like anyone was like actively dying or running or anything. I was like, oh, okay, I'll listen as I walk to my doors, make sure, like, not being nosy or anything, but also I kind of want to know if there's like an emergency going.
Right.
Do, but it looked like they had it in hand. And then these two guys walk up to my next door neighbor's house from, like, they were across the street. They walked to my side of the street and then to my neighbor's house is right next door. And they're like looking up at the house and they're like, oh, you think a ladder would reach that? And they're like, and I'm like, are they planning a break-in? Was what I was thinking. I sure hope not, but also it's like super obvious. Like if you're planning a break-in, you don't do it when your neighbor is like literally next door, like walking into her house like this.
That sounds like maintenance or something.
But they were now neighbors, not like a company or anything. And they were the guys that had just been talking about 911. And then I was like, were they afraid someone would call 911? And then I was like, oh, what if my neighbor's like not okay and they're trying to break into his house and to get him out? Like, what if, because he's an elderly guy. Like, I was like, what if something's wrong? They haven't heard from him and they're trying to rescue him. And I panicked a little, and I thought about going in because I was afraid, like, if they actually were like trying to rob someone, like, I don't want to get mixed up in that, but also I don't want my neighbor to get robbed. And then if he's not okay, I also want to be aware of that. So I walked over to them, made sure I was still like in view of my Ring door camera, because like if something happened to me too, then at least I would know about it. And I walk over and it's like, is my neighbor okay? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. Like apparently he had set up a security camera on his second floor at one point, and now they couldn't access it to charge it because it was like out of reach. Someone had set up like set it up with a really long ladder, and now they couldn't get it down again.
All right. Well, good thing it's nothing like crazy major serious happened.
Yeah, nothing serious. So it's just poor planning or whatever. But phew, there's like a couple of different emergency situations it could have been, and I'm glad it was neither one of those.
Yeah.
I guess 911, their thought was a fire truck with a ladder. You know, the classic get a cat out of a tree scenario, except it was a camera. So yeah, it was fun, and thankfully not as fun as I feared it was.
Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and pause our break timer since, you know, we barely had any time to just say hi and stuff. So we'll finish our introductions and then I'll start the timer again. Um,
Sweet.
so, what are you working on tonight?
So yes, I have three main projects, and I think the third one is probably going to get bumped from tonight's agenda, but we'll see. Depends how it goes. I have like a gazillion emails that I need to get through just so I don't drown in them.
Mm-hmm.
Various messages and emails and things that have piled up because busy. And then I have three different sewing projects of varying levels of difficulty. And if I
Okay.
somehow complete all those, I have to sort through my papers. I did my massive closet sort yesterday, and it looks amazing from like a tumble dump of everything that I own on the floor to like I can walk, I could lie down in my closet, and there's enough carpet for me to lie down, and it's amazing.
Nice. That's awesome. I have a random hodgepodge of stuff to get done. I can share. Let's see if I go here, you can see I found a new timer that has like a to-do list on it, so I can like
So cool.
check things off as I go. You can see I started the bread already, so that got booted to the bottom of the list. I also, during this last sprint, I can't really say I made my dentist appointment, but I did the steps that I needed to do tonight to make the dentist appointment.
Yay.
I'd like fill out a form, and now they're gonna call me to make the appointment.
Oh yeah, because it would be closed at this time. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
And I've started the kitchen, but have not yet finished it. And then in 15 minutes, I've got to do my next like bread kneading and rising. So that'll be during our next sprint. I have a crochet pattern to write.
Ooh.
Technically, I already wrote it, but now I've got to type it up and like make it look pretty. Eventually, I'm going to be trying to sell it on Etsy, but I want to have like a few of them ready before I just start releasing them.
Yeah.
Query list. All the people I'm querying for my baby book, I have open in various tabs and not written down anywhere. So I really want to untabify them and like save links and actually get them written down so that I can shut my computer down for the first time in months.
Nice.
Make logo. I am deciding that I would like to start making print on demand items on Etsy.
Ooh.
So like t-shirts, water bottles, all those kinds of things. And so I'm going to be in Canva trying to make stuff to go on those things. And then the journal page. Also starting another new project. I'm starting so many new projects. Oh my goodness, you have no idea. After this next sprint, I have like this whole thing that I'm planning.
Wonderful.
But the journal, it's a guided journal for NICU parents.
Ooh.
So I have like one page of it designed. I think it's going to be like a 3 to 4 page thing that repeats. That it has like each day there's a spot to like write down notes from rounds and questions you have for the team. You can write down what nurses you had that day. You can write down like what's going on that day. Are you getting a procedure or getting a bath today, or different just what's on the agenda. And then there's like a gratitude prompt and just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I know I would have benefited from something like that when I was in the NICU. So kind of wanted to
resource.
make that. Yeah.
Oh, glad your kitty has come. He's wearing a surgical suit still because she had a hernia surgery a little over a week ago.
Oh, poor baby.
Yeah. He wasn't like critical emergency situation, but it was something that could become one down the line. So it was more of a preventative surgery to repair the hernia.
Yeah.
The cats can live with a hernia, but it can become an emergency.
Yeah.
So just wow at all your projects.
Yeah.
So many of
Lots lots of things going on. Like I'll go through the whole thing after this next sprint, but yeah. I've got a lot on my plate right now. Trying to get a lot of stuff in place before next year. But anyway, let's do a sprint.
Yay! My first one is going to be emails.
All right. My next one is finishing the kitchen, which is really just a few minutes from, completion. And then the next uh, cycle in the whole bread making process. And then if I still have time, then I'll get my pattern out and get that ready to go.
Nice.
All right. We'll get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, time is up.
Yay.
We've got our break time going. Let's see, I'll go back to just us, but then we can see our timer at the bottom. How did that sprint go for you?
That's pretty good. I feel like at least got a bit of a handle on email, so I would check that one off for productivity wise what I finished.
Nice. I what did I do? I finished the kitchen aside from like a couple things, but I'll save that for my next bread sprint when I have to put stuff in the oven anyway, because then I can just, wipe down the counter and put my last couple things away.
Yay.
So I feel like I've done enough that I can check that off. I also did that. List is much shorter now, but now they're all longer projects that need done. So
it's the sneakiness of it.
Right.
Long time thing.
Oh, so I told you I was going to say about my big plan here.
Yes, let's hear the master plan.
So this all stems from I want to not have a job anymore, but I need to work to pay the mortgage, and all our bills and everything, and not be also like really, really poor. So after doing all the math and figuring this all out, what really stands between me and being able to not work is our mortgage. So what that means is that pretty much immediately in the next year, so that I can be a stay-at-home mom as soon as possible, I need to pay off our $250,000 mortgage. So here's where the master plan comes in. Etsy. Digital crochet patterns, like printable downloads or whatever. Etsy print on demand items like water bottles and t-shirts. Excuse me. My first line is going to be like NICU parent themed to go along with, my journal, which is another thing, all of my KDP publishing adventures, which should hopefully be actually published soon. I'm still waiting on my ID to come in the mail.
That
has been a nightmare. So that's 3 income streams plus TikTok. That is the main part of the master plan, which there have been a lot of series lately on TikTok of families, or it's usually like a wife trying to surprise her husband, or something like that. With every single day, they make a video about where they're at in their like debt payoff journey, and based on how much engagement that video does, like how many shares, saves, follows, everything from that, they make a payment towards whatever debt that they're trying to pay off. And it's self-funded to start out, because obviously when you first start TikTok, they're not just giving you money. But once you hit 1,000 followers, you can put your Venmo link, and oftentimes people want to donate money to help. And once you hit 10,000 subscribers, TikTok just starts paying you for views. And these channels tend to go pretty viral because everybody's like, yes, pay off all the debt, get rid of it. And the fact that I've got quite the story of, I'm disabled, but I can't stop working because I can't afford it, and I don't qualify for disability because I'm working, and it's, a whole thing. pause that because I definitely lost track of time. But essentially, I'm just like, we'll see how much that all of the income streams and everything can put a dent in things.
Noise.
But yeah.
It's gonna be great. I like that you have a multi-approach plan. I think that's a smart way to enter rather than hinging it all in one thing, because then you can kind of figure
Right.
out where it
Yeah,
picks
see
up
what
the most and
works, what
invest
to
more.
focus more on. It's like if like the books aren't doing anything, but the Etsy takes off, then it's like, okay, we'll put more into Etsy. Or vice versa. I've also got other random lists of ways to get money, like, I could donate plasma. And like,
I think there are other things to resort to before that. I think there's
maybe.
other ways to, maybe not as quickly, but there's other ways to make money that do not involve donating plasma.
Well, I wouldn't be allowed to anyway right now because of my iron deficiency.
Mm.
But yeah.
I know someone that used to donate plasma all the time, but he was also a really big guy that was like had a lot of like physical strength as well, and like it didn't phase him as much. Versus like I think they tend to discourage women from doing it more as much as men, because with women's cycles and everything coming into play, and we lose a lot of iron. So it's
Yeah.
generally not as advisable for us. We have to time it right in the month, and
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be preferable. I mean, you know how I am with needles. It's not great, but that
although
money
I
though.
will admit that I was tempted by the Red Cross gift card deal thing for donating blood. And
Right.
my blood type is not useful enough for them, though.
But see, with plasma, they just straight up buy it.
Mm.
And depending on the company, like there's a few companies in our area that do plasma donation. And when you donate, if you do the max number of times in a month, which is twice a week, which is insane. Can't imagine like going somewhere twice a week, let alone being, giving them my blood. But it can be up to $1,000 in your like first month.
Oh man.
And then for the months after that, it's usually less. Because they always have like a bonus thing for like first time donation, whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's multiple companies, so you do your first time donation, and then you jump to a different company and do another first time donation. So you're like, cycling through these companies. Eventually, you're just making like, was it like $400 a month or something for the max donations, which is not as much, but
yeah, still.
But yeah.
Huh.
So yeah.
Now that you mentioned it,
I know.
I probably shouldn't either, because I've had some deficiencies in nutrients lately. I better not risk it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's tempting, but also not. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I had on my list. I had things written down to research more. Like, I don't really want to do DoorDash, but
Mm-hmm. I've seen people do really well at like refurbishing furniture. I know you kind of got to have the space and time for it.
Don't really have the space or the time or the skill, but I would love to be a kind of person that does that. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you have the right
pick up free furniture on Craigslist or whatever, and
yeah, like if you have the right equipment, if you have like a good sander and then like some furniture stain and or polish or whatever it is that
Hmm.
they use depending on the situation. And yeah, if you've got a process down, I think initially there's a little bit of outlay for materials, but after that, it's pretty straightforward. I haven't gotten like deep into it, but I got a little bit into it at one point, like very basic level, like repainting furniture that had been marked a lot. I'd sell it at yard sales or consignment shops.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely years ago thought I was definitely gonna do that as like just all the time. I was gonna be getting free furniture and making it look nice, and I never did it even once. But I had this big plan. I was probably like 19 or something.
Yeah, you got to have the right space for that
Gotta
sort
have
of
the
thing.
space, and you've got to have the follow through to actually do it. And it's not just like doing the because you've got to it's a multi-step process where you've got to actually coordinate with picking up the furniture. You've got to uh, put it somewhere. You've got to then know how to do the work, and then you've got to market it somehow and like do the follow through with the pass off once you've sold it. So
Yeah.
it's like a whole multi-step thing, and all of those steps were just not something I was gonna do.
Yeah. I'd say the main ones, and unfortunately, these are also time consuming too, but that have like a higher rate of return for the time that you put into it. Or I've done sewing alterations for some babies now, which like you can charge a decent amount for relatively simple jobs just by having the expertise because not everyone has a sewing machine, which you and I both have
Mm-hmm.
that at least going for us. Um, and then also just like the know-how and experience how to do it. I mean, depending on the project, I'm not professionally trained myself, so a lot of it has been self-taught through my own projects. So there's certain types of jobs that I'm more hesitant to take, like if it's complex wedding job. Like I won't alter men's suits. I feel like they're too complex for me at this point. Like I've
Gotcha.
adjusted sleeve lengths before, but that's about it on men's
Mm-hmm.
suits because I'm the fitting and the lining and everything, like the cut has to be perfect basically for it to work. But I've done a lot of wedding dresses. It just kind of depends what it is. Like I wouldn't like completely make a wedding dress. It's too complex of a job for me to take. But I do alterations to like taking it up or adding a bustle or um, I've replaced replaced zippers and installed corset backs a number of times, like things like that. Relatively short and sweet, or some of them not so much, but
Yeah.
um, at
Yeah,
least,
that can you can
yeah.
definitely get a good amount for.
Yeah, and there's
Those are
plenty of
like
work
really
to be
big.
had. Like, there's even some jobs I've had to turn away because there's a plenty of work to be had in that field because not a lot of people have the machine or the know-how to do it. But that's been like some of my best side job work, and that's the one that I've consistently done the most over the
Mm-hmm.
years. That and teaching piano. That one has fizzled out since I started working full time. It's
Yeah.
a lot harder. It was a good one when I was in school and needed something part time. But it's very difficult to maintain with a full time schedule because basically the only time you have left is evenings. And it can be challenging for families with young kids to take piano lessons when it's evening because most kids go to bed at like I don't know 7 or maybe not these days. Maybe they go to bed at midnight these days. Who knows? But
Yeah.
that's all the family. But if you're a family with like normal, reasonable bedtime standards, your kids aren't going to be up half the evening doing piano and then, all right, bedtime.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I have signed up to be a mystery shopper.
Ooh.
So that's exciting. I haven't actually done anything yet. So, and also there's very limited jobs and like they're all at specific times they need done. So it's like some of them I can't even do and some of them are like,
What
not
about
on. Hmm?
what about producing audiobooks? Would you be interested in something like that?
I don't really have the setup to record.
Hmm.
And also, I would cough every third word. I'm so.
Point
I
taken.
don't think I could do it.
Coughs for emphasis.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, the other option is I could just find $250,000 on the ground. That would be my favorite plan. I'd like to do that one.
Every once in a while, I have a dream that I've inherited some giant house. Something
Oh
like
yeah.
that would be that
I
might
had a
solve the problem.
I had a dream the other night that I showed up at the doctor for an exam, and she says, "Well, it's time for your C-section," and I'm like, "What?" And
You're so
my shock wasn't that suddenly I was pregnant and also about to give birth, but that I had not even notified HR. I'd gone on maternity leave, and like what was I gonna do?
I remember back in the days we both worked for the same company. I had
Mm-hmm.
this dream where we met up for lunch break for fun and we accidentally traded laptops.
You told me about that one where
Yeah.
we're trying to log in on each other's laptops.
We're trying to figure out what to do and whether to just pretend to be each other and roll with it for the rest of the day or how we were going to handle it.
Wow. My goodness. I might make myself some hot tea this next sprint and see if I can get my lungs to relax.
There's some lung soothing tea over here. I wish I could send it through the computer to you. I need to make some tea or drink some water so I feel not parched. We had the most fabulous but salty dinner and desperately need some water.
We had chicken pot pie. It took me a bajillion years to make, which I had not been intending. But, I had in my head, like, oh yeah, I'll just make the filling, put it in the crust, and then it's chicken pot pie. No. You have to, like, fully cook down all the veggies and then add the broth and whatever else and then cook it some more until it like reduces and thickens, which that was already like an hour. And then it's like, okay, then I can make the crust and put it in, and then it's gotta bake for 40 minutes. At that point it's like, I wanted dinner half an hour ago. So yeah, that's why I have so much stuff to get done, because I couldn't do anything kitchen wise or anything.
I feel that.
We were eating like right up until a little bit before stream.
Ah.
All right. Let's go ahead and start a sprint.
The sleepy cat pinning down my dominant hand, so I cannot do very much at the moment.
Oh no!
I will have to relocate her though if I want to make tea. I'm sorry, Brie. I'm sorry, sweetie.
All right. Let's get ready to sprint. And I was going to count down, but -3, 2, 1 because it's already started. All right. I got most of the way through this pattern. I'm on my last round of this pattern, writing it out. There's so many abbreviations and stuff that as I'm like typing it out, I keep like looking back and like, wait, did I already type that? Wait, which one did I just type? And I got me to like compare. Oh yes, this is the one I'm on. Probably need a pattern tester once this is done, just so I know that.
Yeah, make sure it works.
It's written right.
Yeah, totally. Well, my productivity did not go exactly how I planned. I tried to move because I had a cat on me, and she's like, ah, like, and she complained loudly every time I'd shift into a different position. My feet were starting to swell too because like I've been like on my feet all day, and like I get that sometimes. And I was gonna put my feet up, and she really complained when I put my feet up because there's not space for her to be. Then she complained when I moved my arm from under her, and she complained when I couldn't like be in just the right spot. And I'm like, girl, I can't please you. And then finally, when I did get up, she just took the chair. So maybe that's what she wanted all along. So
maybe so.
I'm without a chair now, but that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Looking at our list here. By our list, I mean my list, because you don't have to do these things. Almost done writing the pattern. I'm not going to do all the formatting and stuff tonight, because that's going to take a lot of like research and stuff. I'm going to be like looking at other legit patterns and trying to see how I can make mine look better, formatting and stuff like that. And I'm also going to need to eventually get like a nice looking picture of my completed project so people know what they're buying.
Cool.
But yeah. I can show you though.
Ooh.
Because I have finished this. Well, finished in that I still need to weave in the ends because I always put that off. It's a snowflake coaster.
That's precious.
I have a white one and a blue one.
They're beautiful.
So I've perfected the pattern, and now I just need to like do all the steps that I need. I might need to like make a set of them to take a picture. I don't know, because I want it to look like maybe a little stack with like maybe one on display or something.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna figure out if I need to do like blocking of any kind to get it to lie like super flat.
It'd be cute if you could stage a photo with like some polyfill or something to look like it's amongst.
Oh, like there's snow. Yeah, that'd be cute. Yeah. Lots of crochet patterns and projects on the horizon. Because one of my big plans is I'm going to have one for every month and then make a crochet calendar.
Ooh.
Which, as a crafty person, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. I've got a few possible directions I could take this. One is the calendar is just cozy vibes, pictures of the product, like cozy crochet vibes calendar with a link to purchase the pattern. Two, the pattern is included, but is going to make the calendar like an extra. It's going to be like double the pages because it's going to have like the pattern after each, month. And also would have to be a lot more expensive because I'm also including the patterns in with it. Or some sort of hybrid approach where it's like, I don't know how this would work with however I'm selling it, if it could make like with the purchase of the calendar, you get some sort of bundle deal on the patterns.
I tend to think the more expensive calendar with a pattern included in it, because it offers a type of value that often isn't offered elsewhere. Like, it might be hard to convince people to buy a calendar if you have to also make another purchase later for the
Yeah,
special
that's kind of
features.
what I was thinking too. It's just, it's like, I don't know how many people are going to want to pay that much for a calendar, but it's like, it's also a pattern book, but it's only 12 patterns. So it's like, I don't know.
I mean, people will buy pattern books with only 12
And
patterns
also the
in it.
thing is, if they don't want to do all the patterns, if they just want a couple of them, do they want to pay for all of them or do they want to buy a couple of them, you know?
Hmm. I mean, you could have the full. What if you did like the full calendar and then maybe you also sell a couple of separate bundles, like two at a time patterns.
That's true. And I do plan on selling the patterns individually too. So I guess if they really wanted to buy them that way, they could.
Yeah. I just feel like it might be hard to. I think the main one to avoid would be to set people up for a situation where they buy something they feel is complete and then they have to make another purchase once they open
Yeah,
it.
it would definitely, if I went that route, it would be really obvious that it's like,
Hmm.
this is not the actual patterns. It
Yeah.
would just be like crochet, like a calendar you'd buy at the store with pictures of crochet.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I definitely think I'm leaning towards including them in the calendar. I just have to figure out how I should price that because I don't think it should cost the same as buying all of the patterns individually,
Hmm.
but it's more than just the cost of printing the calendar. So I have to figure that out. Anyway,
That's a very nice idea.
next sprint. I'm gonna bake the bread and finish this pattern. And then we'll see after that what I've got time for because it's already 10:30. I don't know how late I'm going to be uh, lucid. My ADHD meds are wearing off and I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Um, but I would like to get a bit more of this done. Um, should be able to just get these taken care of right away and then maybe even finish the query list. We'll see. And then I think one more, maybe two more. I don't know. I could maybe do a sprint each for the logo and for the journal page. And then however much I get done during that sprint is my progress for the night.
Yeah.
All
Yay.
right. What are you working on next?
Well, now I'm actually going to work on sewing because my cat is otherwise occupied, and this might be a nice time to slip away to sewing.
Sounds
But
good.
yeah, that is the plan. If I get nothing else other than my sewing jobs done tonight, at least I gotten that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right. Back up to timer. We will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. Hello, Palibuni. Welcome.
Hello, welcome.
I got the bread in the oven and finished the pattern and finished my query list.
All right,
So
nice.
that was a very productive sprint. So that means we can go into my to-do list
Yay.
because I have done this, and I have done this, and I have done this. So that means 2 things left to do. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to actually do both of these or if I'm just going to do one. I'm kind of thinking I might just do one because I'm getting tired. But yeah, we shall see. Maybe I'll try and get a little bit done on both of them in this next sprint just so that I can cross them both off.
Nice.
How about you?
Well, I made a little bit of progress. I'm teaching myself how to do a blind hem on a sewing machine. So I made some progress on the sewing project, but now I'm like, okay, I actually would like to know how to do this before I proceed. So,
You
yeah.
know, knowing what you're doing could be useful.
It might help. I've been doing blind hems by hand all this time, but with the current, or I mean, I don't know anything about clothing trends, but I know a thing or two, but not a lot. But with the current, or at least I think current or recent current trend towards like tapered pant legs for men's suit pants,
Mm-hmm.
um, it can be a little bit challenging on the blind hems because when you roll up the hem and sew it underneath, you're rolling a shorter piece of fabric into a longer one. So it usually results in like
Mm-hmm.
some bunching when you're
Yeah.
sewing together. So that can be a challenge. But then also just the time of painstakingly sewing everything by hand. So it's like, if I'm already going to have a challenge trying to even out widths and stuff, I may as well soften the load of the actual sewing.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially if it's something that you do a lot.
Yeah, it's something I
Or
should have learned a
if
long time ago.
excuse me, if streamlining it can make it something to where you can like accept more of those projects too.
Yeah, so excited for that. I don't have the blind hem sewing machine foot that I'm supposed to have, but I think I can pull it off with the regular one because I looked it up and apparently the only difference is the foot is a little higher on the one side than the other. So we'll see.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I shall see. I also just found out that I dripped some super glue on my keyboard. I was wondering why there are these random bumps on some of the letters.
Oops. Hmm.
Too many projects.
Yes. Agreed. All
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'll be doing for all of the rest of the productivity tonight. Safe to say is learning how to implement a blind hem and sewing it.
Yeah. I am going to be opening up Canva and trying to get some pretty things made.
Yay!
No idea yet which of these I'm going to be most inspired in the moment to actually work on. So that will be a surprise for when we come back. All right, we've got 10 seconds. For once, I actually noticed when this break was ending. And go. All right. I was able to design a shirt.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm still trying to figure out like the actual shirt website and like how to make that happen. But I'm getting closer.
Yay.
Oh, oops, actually I have to download the thing before I'm able to upload it. That's how that works. How goes the sewing?
I have not made any progress. I just cannot figure it out.
Hmm.
That I need equipment I don't have, or skills that I don't have. To the old method of doing it, just so I can get the sewing job done in time.
Yeah.
Tear out all the stitches that didn't work out for me. But I feel like I understand the basic concept now, so there's that.
Okay, let's see. Now I can upload this new version. Should hopefully be better quality. No, it's not though. Hmm. Well, I'll have to play around with that another night when I have more brain power.
I feel that.
But I did make the logo, so I can cross that off.
Yay!
I do not think I am up for another sprint, though.
Mm-hmm. It's getting kind of late.
Yeah. Also, my lungs are ready to be done.
Yeah, those lungs need a break.
Yeah, I can send you a picture of my logo. It's very plain, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to get it to be a transparency so it can be on like a colored shirt.
Oh,
And also
yeah.
how to make sure that the resolution stays good, because when I try to size it up to the area of the shirt, it's like pixely. I'm just sending you like a picture of my screen.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
I feel like somebody might wear that.
Totally.
Anyway,
Yay!
I've done many things today.
Much success.
And I did many things. Well, I shouldn't take credit for the many things that got done yesterday, because I didn't do most of them. But many things got done yesterday.
Yay!
We had family come and help us paint the bathroom, do all this yard work, and then I went grocery shopping, and there was cleaning, and the next door neighbor came and like took care of our front yard, which was totally unexpected and very sweet.
Aw.
So basically, like our whole house got taken care of.
Sweet. Did we ever decide on a day for the babysitting?
We did not, but we probably should do that.
It is on my agenda. I just remembered that.
Yeah. I will chat with Steven about that tomorrow.
Hey.
Then send you a message.
Sweet.
What days of the week are best to schedule?
Let us see. It usually tends to be better on a Thursday or potentially a Wednesday or Friday.
Okay.
We have this week is pretty booked up, but in some coming weeks it looks a little better.
Okay. So yeah, I feel like a Wednesday or a Thursday would be, well, obviously not Wednesday most weeks because
you already have that.
Yeah, you already have that covered. But Thursday should be fine. I think on the 26th, which is a Wednesday, we don't, because they're taking her on the Friday instead. So it's like that might be a potential Wednesday or a Thursday on a different week. But, I'll chat with Steven and see what's good. Anyway, thanks for joining me at the most opportune time, right as my only friend here was leaving.
I timed it perfectly.
I know. It was like stellar.
Yay.
All right. I'm going to go put my mug in the dishwasher and start it, and then I can just, that's done.
Yay.
All right. Next week, I am planning on being here.
Let me take a look here, make sure there aren't any other surprise dinners and stuff. The best of my knowledge, I am free next week.
Nice.
Should hope to join.
We may be joined by your sister soon.
All right. The more the merrier.
Yeah. She, especially since they're going to be moving soon, has a lot of packing and stuff to do. So
lots of productive.
All right. Well, thanks for anyone who has joined us and or is watching this later. We hope you have a great night.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.